Hello everyone, have you ever wanted to say please pass the salt but it came out as please pass the shelf? Or maybe you wanted to call a friend but accidentally blurted out someone else's name? Don't worry, you're not alone. In psycholinguistics, this phenomenon is known as a speech error or slip of the tongue. My name is Elia Shivanandita, and this video we're going to break down the scientific secret behind why our tongues get tied. Scientifically speaking, a speech error is an unintentional deviation from what we actually plan to say. When we trip over our words, it doesn't mean we don't know the language or that we aren't smart. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It is living proof that our brains are processing language at an incredibly high speed in real time, resulting in temporary minor technical glitch right before the sound leaves our mouths. The first and most common type of speech error we encounter daily is called Spoonerism. This happens when the initial sounds are letters or two words close together, accidentally swapped places. For example, when you're in a hurry to make breakfast, your mouth might betray you and say, "Make breakfast," or "light a fire" become "fight a layer." It sounds funny, but it's perfectly natural cognitive slip. The second type is called a malapropism. Unlike spoonerism, which swaps single letters, a malapropism is a mistake in word selections. We end up pulling out a word that sounds very similar to the target word, even though the meaning is miles apart. For instance, you might mean to say the human brain is a complex organ, but due to lack focus, you blurt out the human brain is a complex organ. Imagine how confusing that sounds to whoever is listening. So, why does our brain short circuit like this? According to Gary Dell's brain activation theory, humans have an internal vocabulary database called mental lexicon. When we want to speak, our brains activates a network of similar words all at once. Normally, the brain filters out the wrong ones. However, if we are fatigued, rushing our words, or feeling anxious in front of a crowd, our cognitive control weakens. As a result, the wrong word or a similar sound accidentally slips through the filter. To conclude, speech errors are not a failure of language. Instead, they act a fascinating window for scientists to look into the complex, dynamic ways our minds construct speech in real time. So the next time you experience a slip of the tongue, just smile. It's just proof that your brain is working incredibly hard. Here are the scientific references I used to build these presentations. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you find it helpful and see you next time.